Hello, YouTube family and friends. I got a question for you. Are your seedlings ready to go outside? If so, that's the topic for today's video. How to harden off your seedlings. All right, so if you're a beginner, if you don't know what hardening off your seedlings is, I'm about to tell you. That means that you're trying to get your seedlings adjusted to being outside. So you're trying to get it acclimated. It's been indoors all this time, and now I'm going to bring them out gradually for a short amount of time, then bring them all back in. All right, so this is one of the things that some gardeners dread. Not all, but some, because if they have a lot of these trays, they got to take all the trays out, all the plants out, and then bring it all back in for a period of seven days, anywhere from 7 days to 14 days. All right, so I'm gonna give you some tips on things that you can do, and then I'm gonna actually show you how it's done. All right, so one tip that you want to consider is, I did it this year. I should have done it last year, but I didn't. This is the door to my food forest, my garden, and last year I had my seedling trays all the way across the house. This year I moved my actual grow station right beside the door. So all I have to do is open this door, see my trays right here, and take them out. So that helps me out a little bit. All right, next thing you want to make sure that you do is that you want to start your process of getting them adjusted, hardening off, on an overcast day. So if you don't have an overcast day, don't worry about it. Get up early in the morning, take your trays out. But if you have to work and you can't do it then wait till you get home. As the sun starts to go down, I will take my plants outside and then let them sit for a little bit and then bring them back in. And I go gradually, I go a little bit longer the next day. All right, so the next tip you want to think about doing is that when you take your plants outside, you want to make sure that it is elevated. You don't want to put these plants on the ground because these plants are still real tender. You know, we're trying to eliminate the bug pressure as you start to harden them off. If you put this down on the ground, chances are the bugs are going to come by, and with these plants being still real tender, they probably are not going to do well against a lot of bug pressure. So you want to avoid that. Now, in this video, I'm going to do it like a journal style. You're going to get to see me gradually take these out every day for the 7 days. And then I will tell you how long I always leave them out on day 1, day 2, so that you can see how it's supposed to be done. All right, and I'll show you where my seedlings are going to be located. They're not going to be laying down on the ground like I just said. All right, so I hope you enjoy the 7 days of me taking these seedlings out, because I know we all got to do it. So let's just have fun doing it, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 1. All right, this is day number 1 with the harden the plants off, and I've already told you what hardening off is. So I have all my seedlings and plants already outside, and I have them in the shade because I'm only gonna let them on day number 1 stay out here about 30 to 45 minutes as long as it's in the shade. I don't want to put them in direct sunlight because they've been inside the house with the temperatures being controlled, and they don't have the UV rays from the sun. So 30 to 45 minutes, that's what it's gonna be. And if you can get it in the shade, that would be great. Or if there's a day when it's overcast, you can put them outside there, or just try early morning or in the late afternoon. If you're at work, when you come home, try to put it out there then to get that initial time out in the elements. But we don't want to leave them out for a long period of time on day number 1, because that will be an issue. So let's go check it out. So here are some of my plants enjoying the shade, and I have it on the timer, and I already had to hit some of it with the fertilizer, and some of them I had them too close to my lights inside. And these are my pineapple plants. And all you have to do is after you eat your pineapple from the store, keep the tops, and they grow massive. All right, so I'm excited to get them back out. Now I'm gonna show you where I normally keep my plants, my seedlings, but this in direct sun, because you want to make sure that you keep them off of the ground to avoid pests or anything like that. But yes, this is where I keep them. But you know, as you see all the sunlight, this is where they normally go. All right, I'll see you on day number 2 so you can find out how long I keep my seedlings out on day 2. I bump it up little by little. All right, it's day number 2 for the hardening off process. And on day number 2, I got everything out in full sun. I don't have them in the shade right now, and you're gonna see that in a second. Day number 2, I normally try to keep them out in the sun for an hour, hour and a half. Yesterday, I put them out a little longer, and the wind was blowing, and that's another thing. They got to get used to the wind. Look what happened. One of my pineapple plants is snapped off in the wind. So not only do they have to get used to the sunlight, the rays from the sun, they have to get used to the wind blowing. The wind is blowing now, so let's take a look at my seedlings for day number 2. Right, day number 2, I have my seedlings out in full sun, and they're gonna be out here for, like I said, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Tomorrow, I'm gonna increase the interval, so they'll be out a little longer. Once I get to day number 7, we'll be good to go. And here are the plants getting the full sun as well. And this was the plant. If you see, that's a nice clean break right here. That's was caused by the wind. All right, so that happens sometimes, but we want to make sure that we get everything acclimated for being outside so they can produce our nice fruits and vegetables. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow on day number 3. All right, it's day 3 in the hardening off process, and today I'm gonna let my plants and my seedlings stay out for at least 2.5, but I'm gonna shoot for 3 hours. Just make sure you check on your plants to make sure that they're handling it okay. So let's do a quick check. All right, so here are the plants doing their thing, getting adjusted to being back outside. And I'm also getting, my strawberries are coming in, and we're eating strawberries. All right, now here are my seedlings that are also taking advantage of the sunlight. And we're almost halfway there. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow on day 4. We're going even longer, and they're going to be ready to be outside in no time. All right, see you then. All right, it's day number 4 in the hardening off process, and the plants are going to be out here from 4 to 4.5 hours, and we're going to keep on ramping it up until they're out here basically for 8 hours a day. So let's take a look. You always want to make sure you check your plants to make sure that everything's going well, that they're not getting burned by the sun. They're able to handle the temperatures, and everything is looking good. So we'll see you for day number 5. All right, this is day number 5. We're in the hardening off process, and today my plants are going to stay anywhere from 5 to 5.5 hours outside. They're getting adjusted to being outside. So on day 6 and day 7, I won't show you that, but all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up. It falls on the weekend for me, so I'm gonna get up early in the morning, and I'm gonna go ahead and set my trays out as well as the pots, and I'm gonna let them basically stay out all day. And after that, I will be able to start planting the seedlings outside and bringing my trees outside as well. So let's take a look. And this is going to be the last day I'm going to show you, because day 6 and day 7, I just told you that they're basically going to be outside from the morning all the way out through the to the end of the day. But I will still check on them just to make sure, but everything looks good. So if you have any questions, just feel free to let me know, or to tell how you are hardening your plants off as well. All right, let's go. So once again, I have all my plants out. They're getting ready to be out here all day, all night. And I still have all my plants elevated to make sure that we don't have any issues with pests. All right, once again, this is the way how I harden them off. And let me know if you harden them off the same way or if you do something different. All right, this is Bill Brown. Thanks for coming to my garden channel today. I'll see you next time. All right, bye.